Welcome inside of the Rogers studio for another episode of Knights Talk. I'm your host, Matt Sanderson. Along with me this evening is Colin Saar and Shane Singleton. Guys, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
All right, so I know this was actually a pretty good week for you guys, taking 4 of 6 points. Whenever you have the opportunity to get 2 out of 3 or even 3 out of 3, it's obviously a very good sign. You took 2 victories from Ottawa. Colin, we'll start with you. From your perspective, how do you think that you guys played this week compared to maybe the last couple weeks?
I think we played pretty well. We did bounce back very well we had a bit of a rough patch, and then these 2 wins were really big for us, kind of reset the mood in the locker room, got us all good to go for these upcoming 3 games.
Shane, I know it was kind of a personal home feeling for yourself when you took on Ottawa, and you played them back to back. You're actually from Ottawa,
yeah.
So how was that experiencing being back at home, family and friends maybe being there?
Yeah, it was amazing. It was a great feeling to be back on the ice. We had more fans than the Ottawa team did, so that was great to see.
Absolutely, yeah. Did you even get to maybe stay at home for a night or two?
Yeah, I did. I got to stay at my place Friday night.
It's probably a little different being away for so long and then coming back for a night.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And Colin, tell us a little bit about yourself. I know we were catching up with you before we went on air here. Actually from Florida, and now you're currently residing in Meaford with the Knights. Tell us maybe a little bit about that transition, that adjustment there.
So for me, I come from St. Petersburg, which is just to the west of Tampa Bay. It's pretty big and kind of always been more towards the smaller hometown feel. So coming up here with it only being of 4,000 people or so, it's kind of nice, just one for the change of scenery and 2 just for that different feel, and it's much more relaxing and just easier to fit in.
Are you ready for the snow intake?
We already got a little bit of it earlier,
yeah.
So I guess so.
I guess so, for sure. All right, let's take a look at kind of what's gone on around the league this week. We'll start with the standings, and we bring them up here. The Knights of Meaford sitting right now 8-10 right now in that 8th place spot, only 1 point, or excuse me, 9th place spot, only 1 point back of West Nipissing, and then only 5 points back of Almaguin. Then you have Bancroft in there along with the Bradford Bulls and the Bradford Rattlers. Both Bradford teams really duking it out for those 4 and 5 spots. New Tecumseth in there as well. New Tecumseth actually started off the year in first place. They've dropped a little bit. Look at Temiskaming. They've jumped up as well. 17-5 for them. And Ville Marie right now, who you guys got to experience on Thursday night, currently sitting with 35 points on the season. We'll quickly go over to the South Division. You see St. George and Kingsville, and then North York, Niagara's 2 points behind them, and then London's 3 points behind them. Very close, even from 1 to 6. Then you've got Northumberland there, along with Windsor, Durham, Toronto, and Tottenham, both at the very bottom with 12 points on the season. Now, we mentioned the fact that you guys took on Ville Marie. Maybe it wasn't the way that you wanted it to go, but Shane, tell me a little bit about the mindset even after the game, knowing that you were able to still at least stick with them.
Yeah, well, it was a tough game. It was a big night for us with Danny, but we fought hard. We just wished for a better outcome.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's take a look at the highlights now from Thursday night's game.
It gets thrown across the blue line. Center, Ville Marie picks it up, brings it over the blue line. He's slowing it down. Waiting for some help. Nice pass across the net, and it's a goal! Already down 1-0 to the visiting Pirates. They chip it up ice, but Ville-Marie picks it off. Couldn't get it out. Shot, goal. Comes Meaford with it. Robitaille, nice pass there again. Oh, there it is. It pipped in. I spoke too soon. A little bit of a shot there. Poke checked away. Now it's behind the net. Shot. Great save by Anderson, and couldn't clean up the garbage.
Pass to a wide open guy. It took the extra man down, but Longpree is right there and able to get across and make the save.
Meaford, definitely more confident. And a shot, goal! 3-2!
At this point in time, it's second place versus second last.
Absolutely, here comes Meaford trying to make something happen. Nice pass there, again, shot, goal! That's what we're talking about!
Absolutely not. This has been a very close game.
And a goal there, just trickled through. Fink keeps it alive though. Shot, good save, again, rebound, off. He got over quickly, Anderson there, that was quick. But they kept digging, Ville-Marie gets control of it, tries to put it in front. Didn't happen. Meaford now with control of it. In front of the net. Good chance there, shot, and a goal. And that's gonna make it 6-3. So that gets to center ice. So it could be a breakaway here. And there is. Here's a chance shot. And he's denied. But the second one went in, and that makes it a 7-3 game. And that'll do it for the Knights of Meaford here in Meaford, Ontario. The Pirates visiting and took 7-3 this game.
As you hear from the call there, obviously 7-3. Colin, you guys did a pretty good job for the most part anyways, even right into the second period. They're really sticking with that club. At one point, you even tied it up.
Yeah, going into that locker room after the second period, being down only 4-3, there was a lot of we really wanted to go get them. We knew we could. We know we had that skill. But we got a lot of penalties in that third period, and it kind of just brought that morale down, having to constantly be on the penalty kill.
Yeah.
So it kind of fell apart from there on out.
Let's talk a little bit about the pre-game ceremony. Obviously, Danny Smith going and proposing. That's a pretty cool thing. You don't see that too often in that scenario. Shane, did you guys know that was going to happen pre-game, or was that kind of off the cuff?
Yeah, some of us did, some of us didn't. I didn't know till right before the game, but some knew before.
Well, in somebody in your position like that, when you see that, that's got to give you such a cool feeling, knowing that he's so close-knit in this organization, too.
Yeah, the atmosphere in the rink, and, we had to just go and try and get that win for him. It was a big night.
It was cool to see because even the other team was banging on the boards, giving him thumbs up, and it's just stuff like that we may be playing them, but something like that can bring everyone together. It was really cool to see.
Absolutely, yeah. So congratulations to Danny and his fiancée, and we wish them all the absolute best. That's actually just a very good overall feeling there, like you said, Colin. Makes you a very heartwarming thing and really puts hockey aside when you're able to see something like that. So congratulations to both of you guys. We also want to go into a little bit of the excuse me, I keep saying the 67s, just the Ottawa game as a whole. Colin, this was a team that had reeled off 3 in a row before you guys took them on. Obviously, you took them down 6-2 and then 5-0. What kind of a motivating tactic is this, knowing that you've won 2 in a row now?
It's good. It gives us a lot of momentum, a lot of headway. Going into those games, we were on a 6-game losing streak, so to go in there and get 2 big wins really kind of reset our emotions and everything, and really got us going for these upcoming games.
Shane, obviously, it's no surprise this is such a very young squad. There's talent there as well, and I think every game, every week, you're uncovering more of that. Are you seeing more and more of just that as you go along, and maybe head coach Todd Elick really trying to pull that out of you guys?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see a lot of talent coming out in the chemistry, and everyone's starting to bond more. So as we play more games, I start to see those little things.
Absolutely, yeah, and you guys aren't overly too far out of everything as well. Like I said, only 5 points out of 7th place. All right, so let's take a look at the scoring leaders. As we bring up the scoring leaders here, Marc-Antoine Turcott from Temiskaming, and then you've got Zachary Matthew as well, and then Yannick Ethier. All three of those gentlemen from Temiskaming, 80, 75, and 68. Those guys are absolutely tearing it up in 23 games. When you see those stats, you just have to shake your head at that. Riley Nadeau from New Tecumseh, then Christian Polillo, Kyle West, Vincent Ethier, Roman Kulikov, Cedric Terrien, and Mike Dick as well from the Bradford Rattlers with 46 points on the season. We'll go over to Knights scoring, and Ashton Coleman, Felix Lecomte, Jack Hillworth, Matthias Millette, Xavier Kaza, Emil Larson, Jonathan Goslin, Drew Elliott with 9 points. You've got Xavier Robitaille with 6 points, and Alex Beardmore with 6 points as well. So let's go over quickly, see these upcoming games. We'll maybe talk to you a little bit about that, guys. You've got West Nipissing at home, and then also against the Rattlers at home, and then you're home to Bancroft on Sunday as well, and then you're home to South Muskoka on the following Thursday. So from the 28th of this Thursday all the way to the 5th of December, you're actually at home for all 4 of those games. They're definitely winnable games. Colin, you go on a road trip like that, and I know you've had a lot of road trips as of late, even a lot of 4 and 4, even 3 and 4 nights. What's it like to have now 4 in a row at a place where you guys are really comfortable?
I think it's going to help a lot, and knowing our rink and just being at home, having our fans there, it's going to give us that energy and have that support there, and that's always nice to have. And just it should be nice to see how different of a game it is now that we're at home, because we've only played these teams away.
And obviously Thursday is going to also be Military and First Responders Appreciation Night. Always such a great cause. We encourage you, anybody that's watching, it's free admission to all military and first responders with ID. There's going to be a jersey auction, 50-50 draw, Chuck-a-Puck, beer garden in there as well. And I think that this is one that the Knights definitely want to try to put a W together for. Shane, what kind of, you see a game like this, and how close to home does it really hit for a lot of kids on this team?
I think this is a really important game for most of us. You know, we have a first responder as a member of our team, so I think this is a big night for him and for us, and we just need to get this W. Absolutely,
yeah. And it's a little bit of a learning curve, but guys, you seem like you're getting off to a little bit more of a rhythm here. So we want to thank you very much for joining us. And I guess we wish you all the best, and hopefully you guys are racking up a couple more points in the stat category as well there. All right, well, thanks again, guys, and thank you very much for joining us. We also just want to let you know that there will not be a Knights talk until the new year, seeing as we're doing a transition over to our new studios. So we want to thank you very much, and just kind of bear with us because we still have a lot more coming up in the new year. So we thank you very much for that and joining us here tonight on Knights Talk.